Do you believe that a simple book, easy enough for a 6-year-old to understand, could change the world? That's exactly what Who Moved My Cheese is, a book that has shaken the global stage since 1998 and is considered a key to unlocking life by elite and successful people. Hi, I'm Sean. Don't forget to follow the great books in the description. Today at Inspire Reads, we'll explore how Spencer Johnson, one of the most respected authors in the world, uses the fable of two little people and two mice to reveal the biggest issue in modern society: mental self-depletion and the tendency to complicate everything, leading to self-entrapment in one's own maze, refusal to change, and losing true happiness. Are you struggling between anxiety and overthinking? This book is the key to breaking free from that vicious cycle. Join us as we delve into the insights from Inspire Reads in the video How to Stop Overthinking, through the story of Who Moved My Cheese. The quickest way to self-destruction is to become consumed by thoughts. In a complex maze, two little people, Slow and Blame, live with two swift mice, Sniff and Scurry. Every day, they share a common task: searching for cheese. One day, they discover Cheese Station C, a place filled with delicious cheese, and they think they've found paradise. Initially, all four wake up early and diligently search every day, each with their own skills. But the joy of unlimited supply changes the two little people. They start waking up later, abandon the habit of checking the maze, and become complacent, lazy, even overweight from not worrying about daily cheese. Meanwhile, the two mice remain vigilant, constantly checking the cheese station for changes. They understand that life never guarantees anything. But then, one day, what Slow and Blame did not expect happens: all the cheese disappears, leading to the downfall of those who had become too dependent on temporary comfort. As soon as the unexpected situation occurred, Slow and Blame fell into a state of shock, which quickly turned into anger. They unleashed their fury on each other, hurling harsh words about whoever had taken their cheese. Within days, they were engulfed in desperate hunger and helplessness, crying out in pain. In this story, while the characters are both humans and mice, the significant difference lies in their ability to think. The complex human brain sometimes becomes a maze, leading them into their own dead ends. The two mice, Sniff and Scurry, didn't complicate things. When the situation at the cheese station changed, they immediately took action, searching for new cheese without wasting time overanalyzing. Meanwhile, the two little people spent a lot of time thinking, analyzing, and getting tangled up in questions like, what's happening? And why is this happening to me? By the time Sniff and Scurry had found new cheese, Slow and Blame were still struggling with their thoughts and suffering, unable to escape the sense of loss. The deepest pain doesn't come from losing something or facing unexpected events, but from the relentless battle within yourself. Mental exhaustion and overthinking are the quickest paths to burnout. In psychology, this is known as rumination. Like ruminant animals, thoughts keep replaying without finding a way out. Slow and Blame were caught in this loop when their cheese disappeared. Don't let the desire for cheese or the fear of losing it torment you. Thoughts like, if only I tried harder, am I really that incompetent? Or what does my boss think of me? Can quickly become burdens that weigh heavily on your mind. The more you ruminate, even small issues can turn into large waves, pulling you into an endless spiral and blurring the joy of living. These thoughts are as seductive as an addiction, drawing you into a vortex of confusion and disorientation. They create a suffocating quagmire, draining your strength to escape. Gradually, the anxieties of daily life become overwhelming, completely drowning you. The late writer Duong Dang once asserted, "Your problem is that you read too little and think too much." Imagine immersing yourself in thousands of thoughts about the future at night, only to repeat the same habits the next morning. If these worries and thoughts keep circulating without action, they will become a growing snowball, eventually weighing you down and suffocating you. Only you can break free from your emotional cage and escape the tangled maze of your mind. Anxiety and worry often stem from overthinking and underacting. Among the two little people, Slowpoke chose to save himself. Instead of waiting for death, he decided to return to the maze every day in search of cheese, just as he did before. Despite being questioned by Sluggish, who was filled with worries about risks and failure, Slowpoke refused to let fear hold him back. He dragged his weak body into the maze, sometimes finding a moldy piece of cheese and quickly swallowing it. Gradually, his strength returned, and his mood improved. Whenever he felt discouraged, he reminded himself that even though his current situation wasn't comfortable, it was far better than having nothing to eat. He stopped overthinking and continued to encourage himself. Eventually, Slowpoke found Cheese Station N, but he was no longer obsessed with or dependent on the huge pile of cheese. Every day, he would visit Station N to eat cheese and continue his journey through the maze. Meanwhile, Sluggish remained trapped in his sense of loss, waiting for death to slowly creep up on him. This ending is reminiscent of a famous psychology experiment involving a glass of water. A professor lifted a glass of water and explained that its weight isn't just determined by its grams but also by how long you hold it. Initially, the glass may feel light, but if you hold it all day, it becomes a massive burden. To relieve this burden, you simply need to put the glass down. This is the first step toward taking the right actions. The main cause of all anxiety is overthinking and underacting. Those who are lost in thought often seek to know more, stay constantly updated, and strive for perfection, but this only complicates matters further. Excessive rumination drains the mental resources and strength you need to solve the real problem. Stop draining your mental energy by ceasing to focus on the outside world and instead, concentrate fully on taking action in the present moment. If you lose your cheese, quickly start looking for another. If things don't turn out as expected, diligently prepare for the next opportunity. When faced with your boss's cold gaze, do your job to the best of your ability. If someone hurts you, redirect your focus by arranging a vase of flowers, exercising to keep your body healthy, or engaging in something you love. One practical action can solve a problem more effectively than 1,000 thoughts, and meaningful change is worth more than meaningless persistence. Instead of tormenting yourself with inner turmoil, use action to break through stagnation and create positive change. Let whoever wants to take my cheese, take it. When you can't act to change the situation, you're draining yourself by expecting too much. Recognizing this is the first step to escaping your own maze. In life, the cheese represents what you desire most at different stages, perhaps a high-paying job, a happy relationship, a healthy body, a luxurious mansion, praise, or a prestigious award. Each of us seeks our own cheese, believing it will bring us happiness. However, once happiness is in hand, many people become dependent on it, and when it's lost, a flood of pain follows. This creates a frightening cycle within the maze. Without a strong awareness, it's easy to get lost and unable to find a way out. Before obtaining the cheese, you crave it. When you don't achieve it, you doubt and resent. When you have it, you may become complacent and unwilling to leave your comfort zone. Finally, if you lose it, panic sets in. Throughout this process, uncontrollable fluctuations in emotions and thoughts can lead to failure in various aspects of life. In psychology, there is a powerful phenomenon known as the Wallender effect. This is the story of a tightrope walker named Wallenda. Previously, he always focused entirely on walking the rope and was always successful. But one time, before going on stage, he emphasized the importance of the performance and asserted that failure was not an option. The unexpected result, he slipped and fell to his death. Psychology refers to this as the Wallender effect, which illustrates the danger of worrying too much about the outcome and others' evaluations rather than focusing on the task itself. When we become fixated on results and external opinions, we lose sight of the essence of the work, subjecting ourselves to immense pressure, overthinking, and mental exhaustion. To break this vicious cycle, action is key. Don't let your expectations for specific achievements control you. When you stop clinging to expectations like I must get into school A, I must prove myself to my parents, I must earn more money, or she must love me wholeheartedly, you'll reduce stress and live more freely. Even when facing difficulties or criticism, you'll become as steady as a wall, not easily swayed. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It can help you find true values and guide you to success. As the genius Faraday once said, pursue success with all your heart, but don't expect success. Often, the result will be success. Just as each of us is a beam of light in our own world, placing expectations on external achievements only makes life meaningless. When you stop expecting specific outcomes, you'll find true freedom and joy. By then, you won't worry about what's lost or what's gained. Keep your mind simple, act without being bound by expectations. As the spiritual master Myvilananda said, I just do, and I don't worry about the results. If I don't succeed, I will accept it. The book Who Moved My Cheese instantly conquered the #1 spot on global bestseller lists. For over 20 years, this book has been a powerful source of inspiration for millions seeking survival opportunities and overcoming difficulties in life. The story of searching for cheese in a maze has become a valuable lesson, teaching us how to master our lives, step out of our comfort zones, and courageously embrace change. However, in society, not everyone can change, even if they desire to. These individuals often face issues such as crises, fear, procrastination, depression, and overthinking. Initially, we might feel like little mice, sluggish and hesitant. We may even feel slow and need to reassess to find the courage to take the first step toward change. But the most effective way is to live like a mouse, focus on the present, let go of expectations, and take more action. As the famous saying goes, life is meant to be lived, not just thought about. On the journey of life, the slowest steps are when we get caught up in endless thoughts, while the fastest steps are when we charge forward, fully embracing the present moment. Don't let the irretrievable past or worries about tomorrow make you miss the beauty of the present. Simplify everything with a heart free of attachments and expectations. In the end, you'll realize that life is a process of gradually letting go of unimportant things to become a simple person and live a truly free life. Thank you for listening. If you found this video helpful, share it with those who need it. Don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss new videos every week. Thank you once again, and see you in the next videos.